Super Ball Girls has been a pleasant surprise this year. The enigmatic ecchi manga by the artist of Prison School and the writer from Blue Lock has dazzled us with some of the sexiest and zaniest fights in manga. It's about a young man named Ichiyoshi, a chocolate factory worker who is emotionally and mentally down on his luck. One day, he discovers a bouncy ball that, through some form of horny science, transforms into a really attractive girl. He soon finds that kissing any of these super ball girls creates multiple more naked hot women. The thing is, these chicks are wildly violent, immortal, and have amazing feats of strength. Ichiyoshi needs to find a way to keep his newly found family together while also eliminating the Super Ball Girl virus that's quickly spreading around town. As bodies start to pile up, we're blessed with more psychotic hotties and some of the most gruesome, funny, yet gorgeous work from these two masters of manga. Make no mistake, Super Ball Girls is a very serious and dark seinen. It opened up as something really kawaii and ecchi, and I get that it's the trademark for the authors of this manga, but seeing what they've been developing over the past year has been incredible. After Ichiyoshi and the girls leave the convenience store, everything goes to shit. He returns back to his job after the holiday break, and he begs the girls to not leave the house. He even teaches them some basic rules, just in case anything happens where they have to interact with society. And of course, these rules are immediately broken. That's where the entire story starts coming together, and things start to make a bit more sense. Ichiyoshi really does come off as the linchpin of all of the main plots for this manga. Him unknowingly being extremely patriarchal. Oh, I've never used that word in a sentence before. With the girls, forbidding them from being themselves and indulging in their desires with other people, it all does paint him as someone who has no real experience with women. And despite him thinking he's doing the right thing, he's really creating all of the problems himself. The Super Ball Girls want to explore, they want to see the outside world, they want to kiss others. Ichi has to let them be them. Despite his flaws, he really is a fascinating character. There was a flashback to a time when he was in college with his first girlfriend, and he really did try to make things work with her. Even though he knew that they were very different people who had barely anything in common, he would often compromise for her. Despite that relationship not working and him not really having any luck in between, he starts developing confidence in himself when the girls are around. He returns to work and takes on a lot more responsibility. Personally, I think this is the author trying to say that young men need to have some form of purpose in order to do better for themselves. Whether it's providing for a pet or a girlfriend, it does instill a stronger work ethic and confidence in individuals. I'd say that's the case for me and a lot of other males my age. That being said, I am a little worried by Ichi's short fuse and his sharp remarks towards the girls when he's even lightly frustrated. It's something the other characters have picked up on as well. I don't know if he is a controlling person by nature or he's just overzealous because he has 4 baddies that he has to protect, but I'm here for it. Cherry and Chris are also developing a fair amount. Cherry is continuously lying to Ichi and is startled by his aggressive behavior. She definitely has some PTSD after experiencing her assault at the convenience store. I don't even think Cherry regrets killing that man. I think she's more scarred by Ichi not caring about the attack and having to kill her Super Ball Girls after they've spawned from her back. Chris, on the other hand, is absolutely devoted to Ichi and does everything he says to a T. Even Ichi feels the same way towards her. It's going to be really interesting to see how these relationships develop. Right now in the manga, we're encountering the first big bad, and I'm really liking the action sequences that we have. Yes, this is becoming a harem manga, but there is a lot of interesting commentary on the patriarchy. And, to be honest, I've always wondered, what like the patriarchy and feminism would be like in modern manga if discussed at the same rate how we do in North American comics. And Super Ball Girls doesn't go over the top with it, but there is definitely a lot of interesting points, and you can tell that the creators are also strong feminists, especially Hiromoto. He's always shown women respect in his previous mangas. They're always in positions of power, even if they're drawn for a male gaze. And I personally find nothing wrong with that. This is a seinen. I want my chicks to look fucking hot. And they absolutely do. Honestly, I recommend Super Ball Girls if you aren't reading it already. There's so much substance to this series, and you're seeing two mangaka who have other more mainstream series going on be able to flex on something very strange and very quirky. At no point am I disappointed by the art. Every chapter that I read, it's fun, the dialogue is great, I love the setting, the character design is awesome, and again, I'm loving the commentary on what it means to be a young man having to deal with interruptions in the workforce or their love life, and what it means to be a young girl who wants to find freedom and explore and figure out who she is. Read Super Ball Girls. It's fucking fantastic. 8 out of 10.